It's day 184 of the Travel Agency in a Year podcast. I used to rehearse like a 15-second video for 45 minutes. There are times you can tell when I'm stressed out because, like, when I just finished creating this really awesome lead magnet for all of you, and I had to refilm all of it because I was like, I don't like it. Even though you listen to these episodes, they aren't perfectly curated. I don't have some kind of weird intro, outro music. I don't have like a stage set. I don't ever. I am the producer, the writer, the director, the host. It's not anything fantabulous. But I used to rehearse like a 15-second like TikTok would take me sometimes 45 minutes. And like I said yesterday, my very first TikTok from start to finish, because I was an not smart person, I'm not going to call myself an idiot, took 3.5 hours because I was like, I'm not going to use the app. I'll do it on my desktop. That was mistake number one. Okay. 3.5 hours, 45 minutes for a 15-second video. If that's you right now, I see you. And today's episode, hopefully, will save you a lot of time. Short form content. What is short form content? Great question, Rachel. Let me answer for you. Reels, TikToks, shorts. Their one job is to get them to stop the scroll and make someone think, wait, I need this person. They're interesting. It's not the place for your full sales pitch. It's the trailer, not the movie. Okay. So things that like consistently work, get a little creative from this. Please don't copy pasta what everyone else is doing. You don't need a travel agent. You can just book it yourself and then show exactly what that assumption costs someone. That was super trending. You could probably that's a content like you can do it, just don't make it like a main point of your content, right? And I remember so many people back when the world was starting to reopen from the COVID travel bans. So many people were like, I didn't realize I needed a passport, or like something really stupid. And so many travel advisors on TikTok would just stitch this content and be like, this is why you hire someone like me. And that's all you had to do. Like, you would stitch the ding dong who didn't realize they needed something vital like a passport. And then they'd be like, I'm stuck here forever. And then you'd be like, that's why you hire someone like me. That freaking killed it for a lot of advisors. You could probably still do that today. Obviously there's like a behind the scenes. You can always do like B-roll with a voiceover. And this one was hard for me when it's like not like going through like resort site inspections. Um, because I was like, I don't want to show proprietary information. But I remember one time I did the budget tracker that I give to my wedding couples. And I think the estimated costs that I share for like their events. And I showed them that, and I didn't have the right equipment. Like, it didn't matter. I used my phone and I recorded the monitor of my computer, and it looked terrible. But I was like, look, I do this. You want to be careful if there's any proprietary information, but that is something that you can do. Um, Another one, if you're like out of ideas, you just want some filler content. That's what this stuff is for. Here's what I would book list. You could do a piece of content like, oh, you only have $5,000 for your honeymoon. Here's what I'd book. Top 3 resorts in blah, blah, blah country that I would recommend for your honeymoon that can get you a full week under 5K with air. You could do that real quick. Maybe here's what I book for multi-gen family group trip. be very specific, be very opinionated, and be useful. I did a whole series of like best and worst destination wedding resorts based on my experience. And I was like using terrible, like, I was a potato on a plate for a lot of them because I was just like, I don't want to deal with lighting or anything. And I was like, this resort sucks, in my opinion, and here's why. But that series that I did, like, got me so much business. It was crazy. I did that series in like June or July of 2023, like end of June, early July 23. And I was like, I'm just going to do this series. And it's probably only like 15 or 20 real short videos that I just do in my spare time. And I think I got like 10 or 12 weddings just from like that specifically referenced the potato on a plate hilariousness and like the information I provided. All right. So if you haven't figured out yet how to do content, there's always the basic formula, which is the hook, about 2 to 3 seconds, like grab their attention. One clear idea, the caption that can do some more explaining so that your video doesn't have to carry everything, and the batch content. Batching is what makes this sustainable, not your talent, not your motivation, not your production budget. Batching. Batch, batch, batch. Here is a quick and dirty batching if you haven't listened to the episode all about content batching. Do it task by task, not film by film. You have your plan from yesterday, if you did it, for your overall quarterly marketing strategy, right? That's the overall plan. Then what you're going to do if you're like, okay, I'm making a commitment to posting 3 reels a week, right? You just need to make 3 reels a week. So all you need to do is sit down for like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's going to take longer at first. And write out your 3 pieces of content. You're going to work on your hook, the one clear idea, the call to action, and the captions. And you can do this on a monthly basis too. But if you're brand new to this podcast and you aren't in the success circle and you haven't been in any of our other courses with the live Q&As, which is over at elevatewithrachelk.com, by the way. Quick and dirty right here. If this is your first episode you've ever caught of us, it's me. It's me. Okay. Write all that out. Get as far in advance as you can in 30 minutes. You could be 3 weeks ahead because you've got your quarter, right? You could be the entire quarter that's all written. Whatever, however long it takes. You could only have like 2 posts. Who cares? Do more than one, or just do one in that first 30 minutes, all right? But get the written part down. Step 2, quick and dirty content batching. Make sure you got good lighting. Make sure you're facing a window with good sunlight. That's the easiest one. You don't have to worry about a ring light. You don't have to put on filters or wear a ton of like, maybe if you want to feel more confident, great. Play around with them. It is fun to play with filters on the short form videos, but just there's so little content that I see where I'm like, ew, that person's weird looking. Like literally like, I don't even, well, there's one that's hilarious. There's one guy I remember that was hilarious because the comments were really funny. But I don't remember anyone that was like not perfect. Now, statistically, if you are a woman, the algorithm favors makeup, unfortunately, for short form video content. So if you don't want to wear makeup, throw in a little filter that looks natural, right? Anyway, have your space where you consistently can create this stuff. And you can do it outside, you can do it inside, you can do a little bit of both, but just like know you need to have good lighting, right? Then you already have your captions. You already have what you need to say, essentially, and you just film it. Film it and film every single piece for like another 30 minutes the next day or something. Film everything, then write all the captions and hashtags, and then you can schedule it all out. Task by task is far more efficient than doing one reel all the way through, then the next reel, and then the next reel. And I'm sorry, I'm on a rant here. But that's what batching is, not going from start to finish with one video, task by task. I started doing this back with my cleaning business, and everyone in that industry was like, "How are you guys so fast? How is your team so much faster?" And I'm like, task by task, baby. You don't clean the whole freaking kitchen. No, you do all the dusting on the floor and all the disinfecting and all, like, just task by task is so much more efficient. All right, that was a long rant about the batching. Long form video content is where you build authority. This is like your YouTube video. If you want to do a podcast, go do a podcast. Your lives, if you want to go live. 5 to 15 minutes where you actually teach something. I know my goal with this podcast originally, I was like, no more than 15 minutes a day. Now the episodes lately are just like twice as long. It's fine. So good long form topics for TAs could be like how I planned, I don't know, a 2-week itinerary for a family of 5, kids aged 7, 10, and 13. And you could just walk them through that process. Okay. Every question you need to ask before booking an all-inclusive. Here's how to narrow down the right all-inclusive resort for you. I don't know. Here's how to narrow down and you could even create a lead magnet that's kind of tied to that video and create this whole funnel series. I'm not going to get into that right now. We're just talking about long-form video. And then here's the repurposing math that makes it worth your time. One 15-minute long form video can become 5 short form clips, 3 written posts, and 1 section of your newsletter. You're not creating all 5 times the content. You're creating it once. And I've talked about this in past episodes too. And you're slicing it up 5 different ways. I say one piece of content 7 ways. And now with the advent of AI in recent years, and it's like an agentic AI, the possibilities are freaking amazing with how much faster you can edit this stuff. So, fun fact, this is a long episode and I don't care. I personally use Riverside for my podcasting production. I like it, and I think it's a great tool that travel advisors should invest in for your short and long form video content if you do not have like someone from Upwork or Fiverr to edit your videos, okay? And also, they rolled out with their 2.0 short, like right, I just got the email like today or something. So they've got a 2.0, so you can like this podcast episode that I'm recording right now, it already does magic clips for you, which I don't post because I've got 365 episodes to film, people. Like I'm a little, plus a travel agency to run and travel advisors that I mentor. I've got a lot going on right now. And I have a goal this month, by the way, of actually posting some short form content and written content. But what's really cool about the new version of the software is like it already comes with like magic clips for like short 3-minute episodes or like shorts or TikToks or whatever. But now their planner thing, like you can take those clips and schedule it on Instagram, like pretty much like everything except Facebook. Like Instagram, Shorts, TikTok, X, LinkedIn, all of it. And you can get like transcripts of the episode, which they've already done before. And this is something I teach about, like one piece of content 7 ways. But you can train like their AI to rewrite it as like a newsletter or a blog post. And it's waitlisting. They're going to be integrating like Claude and ChatGPT. So if you already have like a paid Claude account that you've been using to like really build up your business and help keep you organized, because AI is wonderful, and also it's a tool. It's not a crutch, right? But you can integrate that whatever AI agent you use right into the Riverside program. It's crazy. And you don't have to have a podcast. You can you can make a podcast, screw it, but you can also just post to other platforms if you wanted to. All right, that's enough of that. Okay. I know I've been talking about short form and long form video, but written content, don't skip out on it. Video is trendy. A blog on your website is always going to be something that can be found. But like Reddit, I love me some Reddit. I like to just sit and read because my brain is like overwhelmed from the doomy scrollies sometimes. And I'm like, that's too much noise and too much content. But all of the like LinkedIn, Facebook posts, blogs, they can get found in searches and get shared by people who are never going to comment on a video. And you can communicate differently with more nuance that a video doesn't always allow. So, with written posts, you want, again, the hook. Same three things, the hook, which should be a specific, kind of surprising opening line that gets their attention. Storytelling is very on trend right now. And like, if you really pay attention, because here's why, because of short form video, by the way, so many UGC like content creators made all their money through storytelling. So now when you're marketing, like they are now like marketing with brand deals, but they're still telling a story and they just do it so seamlessly. And now I've noticed a lot of business owners like integrating the storytelling. They're using the same thing as content creators. They're doing the exact same method, slightly more salesy. But anyway, short story, an example of something. One takeaway that the person reading it can use. And so like a good hook, sorry, I'm yawning. A good hook could be something like, I told a client not to book the trip that she wanted, and here's why. Like, if you start off with something negative like that, that's a hook people are going to click into because like, oh, why? Because you're a bitch? Or what was this client doing that was so stupid? Maybe I'm that stupid. So, daily action step, pick one long form idea for the entire month. Film or just write it this week. Then block like 15 minutes to slice it into 3 smaller pieces once it's filmed, or hire someone on Upwork or Fiverr and be like, hey, edit this video. Also, I want the 3 best short form pieces of content, and it'll probably cost you like $30-$40. But you can also DIY it. But then that's your whole content engine for an entire week just from one video. And it'll take you about an hour. Tomorrow, we're going to go over the cold and the warm outreach and why the word cold is scarier than the actual conversation. Thank you for joining me today. I'm like falling asleep in the video. Sorry. I'm trying this new thing. Thanks for joining me today, by the way. You can stop. But I'm trying this new thing where I don't have it written on my notebook. I have it like on the screen, so I'm not like looking down so much in the episodes if you do watch it on YouTube. But now I'm like not paying attention to what I'm doing in front of the camera. So I'm like, oh, let's just snuggle up here. All right. Have a great day. Day 184. See you tomorrow.